Hello, darlings, and welcome to this utterly delightful adventure. Prepare to be whisked away to a land of history, beauty, and charm. England, my dears, England. From ancient mysteries to rolling hills, from bustling cities to quaint villages, England is a treasure trove of experiences waiting to be discovered. And we, my dears, are going on a whirlwind tour of 15 of the most amazing places this sceptred isle has to offer. So, fasten your seatbelts, grab a cuppa, and settle in for a visual feast. We'll be strolling through ancient ruins, meandering through picturesque countryside, and perhaps even indulging in a spot of afternoon tea. Are you ready? Then let's begin our journey, shall we? First stop, my dears, Stonehenge. Standing proud on the windswept Salisbury plain, this iconic circle of stones has mystified visitors for centuries. Can you imagine, darling, these massive stones were dragged here around 2500 BC? What was their purpose? Was it a temple for ancient druids, a celestial calendar, or perhaps even a landing site for extraterrestrials? The truth, shrouded in the mists of time, is still debated by historians and archaeologists today. But one thing is certain, darling. Stonehenge is a place of powerful atmosphere. As you stand within this ancient circle, feel the weight of centuries, the whispers of the past, and the enduring mystery that continues to captivate us all. Simply magical. Next, we venture to the heart of England's most breathtaking natural wonder, the Lake District. Oh, the views! Imagine, darling, shimmering lakes reflecting towering mountains, verdant valleys dotted with charming villages, and a sense of tranquility that just washes over you. This, my dears, is Wordsworth's country, a landscape that inspired poets and painters alike. You can practically feel the creative energy buzzing in the air. And for those who prefer a little action, fear not. The Lake District offers something for everyone. Hike through the fells, sail on the lakes, or simply lose yourself in the beauty of your surroundings. It's the perfect place to breathe in the fresh air, recharge your batteries, and simply be. And now, darlings, let's whisk ourselves away to the Cotswolds, a place that feels as though it sprung straight from the pages of a fairy tale. Imagine rolling hills blanketed in emerald green and gold, dotted with flocks of sheep grazing peacefully. The villages are simply captivating, with charming cottages built from honey-coloured stone. Each twist reveals another picture-perfect scene, like something out of a Constable painting. You can smell freshly baked bread wafting from quaint shops and hear children playing in the village square. Time moves slower here in the Cotswolds. It's the perfect escape from modern life to lose yourself in the beauty of your surroundings. Take a leisurely stroll along winding lanes. Pop into a traditional pub for a pint of ale, or relax by a crackling fire and soak up the atmosphere. You'll feel your worries melt away. The Cotswolds are pure magic, a testament to the timeless beauty of the English countryside. From the rural charm of the Cotswolds, we now journey to the elegant city of Bath, a place steeped in history and oozing with sophistication. The city's crown jewel has to be the Roman baths. A marvel of ancient engineering, the city is a masterpiece of Georgian architecture with magnificent honey-coloured crescents and terraces. And of course, no visit to Bath would be complete without a spot of afternoon tea. Bath, my dears, is a city that nourishes both the body and the soul. Hold on to your hats, darlings, as we travel back in time to York. Founded by the Romans, coveted by the Vikings, York wears its past with pride. Imagine walking those cobbled streets, the air thick with history. York Minster, a Gothic masterpiece, dominates the skyline. York is more than ancient stones. It's vibrant and full of life. A captivating blend of old and new, York will capture your heart. Cambridge, darlings, steeped in history and academic prestige, glide down the River Cam in a punt, clever students rushing to lectures. The backs of these grand colleges are breathtaking. Indulge in a spot of afternoon tea. Treat yourself to Earl Grey and a slice of decadence. Cambridge has a vibrant, youthful energy. From one hallowed hall of academia to another, we arrive in Oxford, a city that simply oozes history and charm. Known as the City of Dreaming Spires, Oxford boasts a skyline punctuated by magnificent university buildings, each more impressive than the last. These hallowed halls have witnessed centuries of learning, debate, and, dare I say, the occasional prank or two. One can practically hear the echoes of brilliant minds like Oscar Wilde and Stephen Hawking gracing the cobbled streets. A wander through Oxford is a journey through time. Marvel at the Bodleian Library, with its labyrinthine stacks and hushed whispers of knowledge. Lose yourself in the Ashmolean Museum, home to treasures from across the globe. And, of course, no visit to Oxford would be complete without a peek inside the hallowed halls of Christ Church College. Afterwards, find a cosy pub tucked away down a winding lane. The Eagle and Child, perhaps, once frequented by literary giants J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis. Enjoy a pint of local ale and soak in the atmosphere of this truly remarkable city. From the dreaming spires to the sparkling seaside. Brighton, my dears, is a breath of fresh air, literally. This vibrant city on the south coast is a delightful mix of seaside charm, Regency grandeur, and a touch of bohemian flair. Take a stroll along the iconic Brighton Pier, a riot of flashing lights, arcade games, and the tempting aroma of candy floss and fish and chips. It's a proper seaside adventure, complete with the cries of gulls and the exhilarating feeling of salt spray on your face. Then, darling, lose yourself in the maze of quirky shops and cafes in the lanes. This historic quarter, with its narrow alleyways and independent boutiques, is a treasure trove of vintage finds, unique gifts, and the most delicious fudge you've ever tasted. And no trip to Brighton would be complete without a visit to the Royal Pavilion. This exotic palace, built for the Prince Regent, a man of exquisite taste, I might add, is a fantastical blend of Indian architecture and Regency opulence. It's simply fabulous, darling, utterly fabulous. From the rugged peaks of the Lake District, we journey south, my dears, to a place of ancient beauty and wild charm, the New Forest. Imagine, if you will, vast swathes of ancient woodland where sunlight filters through a canopy of emerald leaves, dappling the forest floor in a mosaic of light and shade. This is a landscape where time seems to stand still, where wild ponies roam freely amongst the ferns and deer graze peacefully in sun-drenched glades. The New Forest is a true haven for wildlife, a place where you might stumble upon a family of deer, their eyes wide with gentle curiosity, or catch a glimpse of a rare bird flitting through the trees. Breathe in the crisp, clean air, fragrant with the scent of pine needles and damp earth. It's simply heavenly. Whether you choose to wander through the ancient woodlands, cycle along winding country lanes, or simply relax in a cosy pub with a pint of local ale, the New Forest is sure to work its magic on you. Our next adventure takes us to the far southwestern tip of England, to the rugged and romantic region of Cornwall. Surrounded by the sparkling waters of the Atlantic Ocean, Cornwall is a land of dramatic cliffs, hidden coves, and picturesque fishing villages, where the air is filled with the salty tang of the sea. Imagine strolling along golden beaches, the sand warm beneath your feet, as the waves crash against the shore in a symphony of sound. Perhaps you'll seek out a secluded cove, where you can bask in the sun and listen to the gentle lapping of the waves. Or maybe you'll try your hand at surfing, riding the waves on a board, the wind whipping through your hair. And no trip to Cornwall would be complete without indulging in a traditional cream tea. Picture yourself in a quaint tea room, perched on a floral armchair as you savour freshly baked scones, piled high with clotted cream and sweet strawberry jam. Pure bliss, darlings, pure bliss. From the rugged coastline of Cornwall, we venture inland to the heart of England, to a region of wild beauty and dramatic landscapes, the Peak District. Here, rolling hills give way to dramatic peaks and valleys, carved over millennia by the forces of nature. Imagine yourself, my dears, lacing up your walking boots and setting off along one of the many scenic trails that crisscross this magnificent national park. Breathe in the fresh air, feel the wind in your hair, and let the beauty of your surroundings invigorate your soul. As you hike through verdant valleys and ascend to breathtaking viewpoints, you'll be rewarded with panoramic views that stretch as far as the eye can see. Keep an eye out for the local wildlife, from soaring birds of prey to nimble mountain goats. And after a day of exploring, treat yourself to a hearty pub meal, savouring the warmth of good company and a roaring fire. From ancient stones and breathtaking landscapes, we find ourselves in Stratford-upon-Avon, home of William Shakespeare. Imagine strolling along streets that echoed with his footsteps. And then there's Shakespeare's birthplace. This preserved house is where the bard was born. Stratford-upon-Avon is a vibrant town with charming shops. Indulge in afternoon tea and raise a toast to Shakespeare. Let's whisk ourselves away to a place where time takes on a truly epic scale. The Jurassic Coast, a breathtaking stretch of coastline in southern England, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Cliffs plunge into the sea, revealing ancient history. Fossils of long-extinct creatures are embedded in the rocks. And then there's Durdle Door, a magnificent limestone archway. Whether you're a fossil hunter or a lover of scenery, the Jurassic Coast is a must-see. Pack your walking shoes and a picnic basket and prepare to be transported back in time. Next, darlings, we simply must pop over to Windsor, a town positively steeped in history and practically vibrating with royal connections. And of course, the crown jewel, if you will, is Windsor Castle. It's the largest inhabited castle on the planet and the Queen's favourite weekend getaway. And if you time it right, you might even catch the changing of the guard. Utterly splendid. After soaking up all that royal history, why not treat yourself to a spot of afternoon tea in the town? Now, for a complete change of pace, let's hop across the Solent to the absolutely charming Isle of Wight. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump from the mainland, but it feels like a world away, darling. Think rolling hills, dramatic cliffs plunging into the sea, and the most charming villages you ever did see. The Isle of Wight is simply made for exploring. Whether you're a rambler, a cyclist, or simply enjoy a leisurely stroll with a view, you could spend days getting delightfully lost in its beauty, breathing in that fresh sea air. And speaking of fresh air, you must take a boat trip out to see the Needles. These iconic chalk stacks rising out of the sea are simply breathtaking. And for you history buffs, the island is absolutely brimming with fascinating historical sites. Carisbrooke Castle, with its links to Charles I, is well worth a visit. And, for something a bit different, pop into Osborne House, Queen Victoria's beloved seaside retreat. It's like taking a step back in time, darling. Well, my dears, it seems our little jaunt through England has come to an end for now. We've explored ancient mysteries, marvelled at breathtaking landscapes, and delved into centuries of history. It's been quite the whirlwind, hasn't it? I do hope you've enjoyed our little adventure together. England truly is a treasure trove of wonders just waiting to be discovered. And who knows, perhaps I've even inspired you to pack your bags and experience it for yourselves. But before you dash off, do be a dear and give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed our journey. And don't forget to subscribe to Bon Voyage so you don't miss out on our next exciting adventure. Until then, keep exploring, my darlings.